It's Buck D and Shondeen, a show to be forever, a show that'll do whatever our viewers desires. It's Buck D and Shondeen, a show of perfection, an object of affection to quench our viewers' fire, completely free from infection, to be used at our viewers' discretion, waiting only for your direction. It's Buck D and Shondeen.
I'm tired. There ain't nothing to do. We can't go nowhere. This Rona ain't it, man. Oh, hold on, girl. Let me play you this new album I just bought.
Yeah, it's going double balled up. Aluminum Foil and Cover Your Mouth Productions proudly presents 2020 COVID Hits. The quintessential sounds that got us through the Rona. Robert Isley and the Isley Brothers. Patti LaBeouf and Michael McDonald. Damn, I should have thought of this shit. The sultry sounds of Buck Rawls and much, much more.
You'll never find.
Yes, you get 5011 of the only coronavirus ballads and hits ever recorded.
The ones who protect you.
Not sold in any store, bodega, swap meet, flea market, trunk, or outlet. This exclusive internet offer is available only here and only now.
Eggshells, if they ain't 6 feet away, told me that I got.
You get Mary J. Buck. The incomparable Buck Pendergrass.
Forget about a quarantine. Ain't no COVID in my place.
Buck 12.
COVID-19. We can't go home cause we can't go outside.
And a soulful Buck Green.
Love the stimulants. Yeah. Something that'll pay off my phone. And I can buy some new Nikes.
And a gang of more songs that you ain't know was COVID classics.
COVID got me tripping in my home, so stay your ass home.
Remember, this limited ensemble is not to be streamed on any platform.
Go back to the days that sports was on.
Operators are standing by to take your money. Order now before the sounds of COVID hits get away.
Yes, girl. What is this? That's that COVID hit.
To order your copy of 2020 COVID Hits, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-ARONAS. That's 1-800-327-6627. Or rush $49.58 plus $80.13 in shipping and handling to COVID Hits. BS Box 6969, Department X, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87109. Operators are standing by. Call 1-800-ARONAS. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call now. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, WIC vouchers, and food stamps are all accepted.
Baby, you gotta let me borrow this. You gotta get your own.
Welcome back to the Buck D and Shondeen show, and I am not Shondeen.
And I am not Buck D.
What's going on?
Bro, how dramatic are things on the internet right now, especially when it comes to the celebrity pedophilia BS.
Ooh, you're getting right into it. So it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I get tagged in so many of these posts. There was a meme that I got tagged in today, and it was of Trump, and it says he's the only president that's doing something about pedophilia and child trafficking.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. But that's, like you said, that's on the forefront of everybody's mind. And it's crazy because if you talk to people about it, they'll say nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody's talking about it. I was like, I can see 30 people say the same thing.
It's behind the scenes, a lot of behind the scenes talk. Everybody's talking. Like everybody shoots a DM or tags you in on a post, which is how this happened because I tagged this one on Phil Cordova's ginormous comment that went crazy.
Yeah, man.
Basically went 92 comments over, 150 an hour later. I mean,
you know what I've learned? Like what I've learned from this is people take celebrities to heart.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was this way until Kobe Bryant passed away. Us being comedians, I felt myself wanting to physically hurt some comedians because of the jokes that they were making about Kobe.
I know what you're talking about. You talking about that one guy? Oh, yeah, that was awful. I wanted, we all did.
And then I was like, whoa, man, like, I know I'm a fan and I really love Kobe. Even to say that, I love Kobe. I've seen him play in person twice.
Right.
Never met the guy. But now you switch this over to the pedophilia and how Hollywood, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't think this is a conspiracy theory. Like, it's too many ends that are meeting.
I know.
And you tie all of that into, then you have the Epstein thing that's going on with Miss Maxwell, and this stuff is crazy.
And the
people that you don't even
all of this.
People that you don't even think is involved, or it's like, man, people are just throwing names out there because I've seen
the most shocking one, I think, for everybody to deal with right now. Is Tom Hanks, because he's got that wholesome.
Not Forrest Gump, man.
Yeah, not
Forrest, man. Forrest be running. He don't mess with no kids.
Yeah.
But you know, we've seen the whole thing about, is it an ankle monitor? Is he on house arrest?
Same thing with Ellen. We're watching this.
So yeah, and think about all of these shows.
Oprah is the one that got me. That's one that I still have a hard time. I don't even want to look it up.
Well,
but if I happen to scroll on a meme or something, I'll kind of give it a glance. But
see, this is what I do. I don't take memes for face value.
Right.
I'll always fact check the meme.
Okay.
But when you do research on Oprah, she's actually said some questionable things. I watched a video where Oprah says, she said, you won't know if an abuser or a person who's doing the pedophiling, that the victim doesn't know that they're doing that if they're a good one. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's strange.
Come on, how would you say that? And then,
how are you? That's like in her own mind, she's trying to perfect her game.
Like, come on,
who says that?
Look, that's somebody who's not trained on media. That's something that we would say, like some goofy like that, like. Well, I ain't even gonna say we would say something like that because that's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, what he means is we're comedians. We
say
whatever we want as a joke. Yeah. We own our own self.
It's a punchline, but she is doing it as a journalist, and as having the clout and the position that she does, having her own magazine and media company and all that. Well, the thing about Oprah that I've been fishy on Oprah is the whole Weinstein thing. The way she came after Michael Jackson, made the whole documentary, did all of this panel and all this stuff. But then you're buddy with Weinstein, who we know was doing that whole questionable, whatever. It's not even questionable, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
And that's your friend. Like, where's his stuff at? So it's so many people. To me, Ellen, I was like, Ellen can do no wrong. Why Ellen? Then Tom Hanks.
Not Finding Nemo. Wasn't she the voice of Dory?
Yeah, she was Dory. Trust me, man. That's
not Dory.
Not Dory, man. Dory, forget everything. How she don't not forget this? But Tom Hanks is a huge one because he's like you said, he has the whole persona. You know, the whole thing about him being a Greek citizen now.
When he moved to Greece, that was kind of
all of this stuff, and then if you know the background of Greece. You know that's pedophile haven because they get, they're basically immune over there because that's the culture over there. And so it's like, a lot of stuff is way off the grid, but a lot of it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so my thing is with him and going to Greece, did he get shunned? All the comments and everything, did he get shunned from the American community? Because America, we won't put up with this. Did he get pushed out?
I don't think so. I think if this is true, I'm gonna say if this is true, he got ahead of it because it's not like he's on the run. Because you got to look at it.
Yeah, he's not on the run.
He's not on the run. Yeah. So a lot of people were saying house arrest. That's not true. So what he does is he has a backstory of why he went to Greece, and that's smart.
Yeah.
Because what people don't know is there was these big fires in Greece. Him and his wife gave millions of dollars.
The Greece fire.
The Greece fires. That's so funny. Greece fires. There was Greece fires in Greece, and then so the president was told them they were honorary citizens. This is back in December, January.
Right.
But then a few months later, it became official.
Right.
And so,
I read
but a lot of people don't know that backstory. They just think he went over there and became a citizen. So he kind of checks out, but then it's still like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
They're only telling us what he wants to
right.
what he wants to portray. So
do you think all of this stuff is the heat is really on everybody?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think that the year 2020 is honestly, it's a year about balance, it's a year about karma, it's about everything coming out into the open.
Yeah.
So if you, and you know what's funny, I told my niece just that. I said, this is a year of balance and everything that you're trying to hide.
Pulling the covers back.
And she goes, I had sex with blah, blah, blah. She just comes back with everything I said. See, bro?
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We got a special guest. You know, he's going to make us a video. He actually already did. We want you guys to see it because he's an expert on this field. Go ahead and give his name again.
Yeah, Phil Cordova.
Yeah.
Hi, Phil. He's been going over this back when it was a conspiracy theory.
Right.
And
he has a lot of knowledge on it. I just listening to him talk. And he's not one of these people to just throw stuff out and hopes it sticks. He has facts. He's got facts. He's got books. He's got references. So you guys check it out and let us know how you feel.
Yeah, so Phil Cordova. You'll find him on Facebook.
Yes,
You'll see one of his notorious, popular threads.
Yes.
You'll find
I'm interested. I wanna. You guys check it out. Let us know how you feel about what Phil thinks about the whole pedophile thing in Hollywood.
How's it going, guys? My name's Phil. I'm out here in Chama, New Mexico. Want to say a quick thank you to you all for watching, and also want to say thank you so much to Shondeen, to Robert, and to Arrow for allowing me this opportunity to come on your show and speak. And yeah, it's a very uncomfortable subject to talk about. Sorry, guys, you're not getting your favorite celebrities today. A lot of your favorite celebrities are on vacation overseas, and our main man, Forrest Gump's Greek now. I don't even know what to say. Don't come back? Guys, there's a sickness. And there's an addiction. And it has its origins. And I 100% truly believe that there are people who drink blood in a ritualistic form. I 100% believe that there's pedophiles and they try to summon demons and they do it ritualistically and they flaunt it. Tell me one person who's not on the Epstein list who hasn't done this pose, the 3 6s. It's in your Google Chrome logo, 3 6s. I mean, guys, I'm happy, and it actually makes my heart happy that so many of you think that this isn't happening, because all that goes to show is that there's still goodness in the world, and these people are evil. Don't believe me? Look back to 1890 in the Redwood Forest, where secret societies built a resort where there's a 100-foot stone owl named Molech or Moloch, depending on whether you're looking at the Egyptian or whether you're looking at the Greek. But Molech is a demon that traces back even to the Sumerian times, thousands of years, under different names and different faces, but essentially the same translation of this demon. And every year, right, around 1,500 men only and little boys go to this resort where there's a 100-foot stone owl, and in front of it, a human sacrificial altar. Do I think it's all a coincidence? Do I think it's all a conspiracy? Well, these people are going there. And if you get online and if you look at Bohemian Grove, you'll actually see where the Nixons, the Kennedys, the Bushes, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, that same list of people you keep hearing over and over again. But not only that, musicians are invited. And some of the world's most influential and powerful people, especially through media, considering that Molech to some people is Baal in the Christian demon form. Baal controls the airwaves. So, do I think it's a conspiracy? No. I think that we have a sick group of people that are addicted to blood drinking. I think we have a sick group of people that will blood drink with these secret societies to obtain certain levels of a hierarchy within a clique or a system that's artificial, but to them means the world, right? And for what I understand, that when one takes adrenochrome, that it pretty much makes ayahuasca or peyote look like a child's aspirin in the hallucination realm. These people get highly addicted to it. And so do I think that kids would be kidnapped, and do I think that their blood would be harvested in a group of money-hungry, egotistical, narcissistic people? Yeah, I do. And then on top of that, adrenochrome, and if you don't know this word, know it by the end of today. Adrenochrome, when I Googled it 2 weeks ago, sells for $12.5 billion per 1 kilo. Do I think people would do crazy stuff to obtain money that way? Well, I do know, and what I have seen through watching the news and coming from a family of law enforcement, that cocaine is smuggled inside of children through the border. That cocaine's smuggled inside of dead bodies in through the border. And yeah, I think people will do evil things for money. And the fact that so many people think that this is a conspiracy warms my heart, because it shows me that you don't think like these people. These people don't think like you. And if you think for one instant that these politicians or these celebrities have our interest in your best heart, you need to think again, guys. And we need to stop idol worshiping. We need to focus on not just the celebrities, but I'm really happy that the celebrities have opened up people's eyes to the fact that there's evil that actually exists. I'm glad that Maxwell has evidence to open a can of worms on these people. And as you follow this along, guys, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to be getting in trouble. But while that process is being delayed, you're also going to see a media and an agenda and a group of people that are trying to normalize pedophilia, so that way all these elites, politicians, celebrities, all their friends can just get slaps on the wrist for doing things that literally make my stomach turn. And guys, I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that this is an awesome show today, and let's talk about some stuff.
wanna see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see it shine, 'cause we're golden.
Man, we are back. He has laid out a whole lot of information, a whole lot of stuff I didn't know. Like I said, he's very knowledgeable on the subject.
It gets deep. It gets deep, like intermolecular deep, guys.
See, the problem with this whole thing is a lot of people get their information from social media.
Yeah.
And that's not where you want to get it.
Not all at once.
That's rumors. That's all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Shondeen, I want to get a woman's perspective on this because we were talking off air, and I always hear that, and this is something only women can say. Well, I was mature at 14, 15, 16. And then I hear a lot of women will actually, if there is a woman who says, hey, I was a victim of a pedophile back in the day, there's a lot of women that'll dismiss it because they'll say, well, you knew right from wrong, or how does that work? Like, basically what I'm asking you, when you were younger, did you talk to older men?
I did.
Yeah.
I still talk to older men.
Right.
And we said off the camera,
right.
you know, I've always had enjoyed the compatibility of somebody who's 10 to 12 years older.
Right.
Sometimes 20.
Okay, so say you're 15 and somebody's 25, that was acceptable for you.
That was acceptable for me as far as the compatibility went, but
really,
here's what I learned. Okay, because like we said this when I was 15, I did have like a boyfriend. He would come pick me up and stuff, and he was 25. We had a non-sexual relationship, but we were hanging out together because I thought he was cool and it was fun. Right. Of course, if it would have went any deeper, I would have had sex with him and stuff. But I honestly feel like he was like the only one who was giving me attention and only one coming around.
Okay, so there's a difference. I'm glad you said that.
But I would have went there.
Right.
I would have went there because I liked him, and you allow yourself to fall in love.
Well,
and I would have allowed myself if I wasn't incarcerated at 15.
We're gonna do a whole show about your incarceration years.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, do you feel now, being a grown woman, that 25-year-old was manipulating your emotions?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Here's what I learned, because we actually, while I was incarcerated, they gave us like a class on why older men mess with younger women, or it has to do with if an older man is compatible with a younger woman, it's because he never really
he never grew up. Yeah.
So he's still stuck at an age where you're still talking to a lot of these pedophiles.
That's what it is. That's
they're not all there, man.
So I'll say it like this, because every dude can attest to this. When we were 14, 15, 16, the girls that of our age that we usually wanted to talk to had dudes picking them up from school who were way older, who wasn't in school no more. And now that if you look at that situation when we were in it, yeah, we were salty, but we knew what it was. See what I mean?
Right.
So, do you think that was a form of pedophilia for a 25-year-old to be with a 15-year-old?
I'm gonna say.
For you to even think about it,
I can't see the fact that I had to think at the forefront.
Yeah. No.
Okay, at the forefront, no way, because that's where his brain age was at. That's where his brain, and that's where my brain age was at. So we met there on a spiritual, on a fun level. But now let's talk about charges. If I wanted to charge him later and say he disrespected me here, I hate him now. We had 2 kids, and come to think about it, now that I look back, F him. I'm gonna take him from, and I'm gonna get you now. And that was and that was also from a very immature mentality.
Okay, so you're giving us the flip side of this. So you're basically saying,
as a weapon, I would have done it pre 20 years old.
Wow. So So what you're saying is, this is a slippery slope because
that's personally getting angry. See, that's the old me. That's the old me. Now, of course, we come into growing. That's not who I am. That's who I was. But was that something that you can do as a weapon? I would have done it. There's been people who I've threatened as a kid, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna tell everybody you hit me, you better give me this, you know, and awful.
And see, you
awful.
know what?
I was a bad kid, you know,
with pedophilia,
or too smart. I would learn the loopholes and everybody over.
So with this stuff, here's the thing, and this is how I feel and society feels too. You gotta err on the side of your judgment has to be. Someone says it, you gotta believe them. And it's wrong, but then it's like you don't want to be wrong. But then you give that portion of it and was like, well, we can't say that. But the law says at this age you can't mess with someone of that age.
I think that if you're in a relationship, there's in New Mexico.
But how do you get as okay? When I was 25,
I know people who've been married since 15 to married to still today to this day.
Right, to older people.
And I've seen it. I mean, in high school, I've had a friend. My friends were together since 8th grade. Yeah. And they're still together to this day. Wow. So it's like, it's really, I don't know.
You think it's like a case by see, and here's the thing. People think of, when they hear pedophilia, they'll think of ooga booga, boogeyman.
Somebody
I'm just this big fat slob and I got naked kids on my computer. And
that's the thing too.
Yeah, but if we're going to go by the age requirements, you know, we can get into the R. Kelly stuff, because there's still people divided about that. That portion I never thought of, because I always look at, see, as a man, I think of 15 as being immature.
It is.
But I will say
it's sad.
I remember
I didn't even brush my teeth properly at 15, man. Yeah.
So see, I always look at it as this guy is using his maturity. When I say maturity, I do it in quotes because he might have a car. Right. He might have access to things that you don't. Alcohol. He can, you know, all this stuff that you seem is fun. Right. And you thinking it's love, but it's really, if he didn't have none of that, he'd just be like the boys that you don't talk to that is your age.
And I thought it was a lot of fun.
Right.
And it was. Man. But he needed something more, and then I was not able to provide that for him. But I did. I would have went there. You would have went there. Maybe. Right.
Well, it's.
Then I was also criminally minded, man. I don't know. But
that's a natural thing. If people spend all time together like that, it's bound to happen. So I say this, fellas, man, stay away from the young girls. Guys, stay away from the young girls. We can't leave out these women too. We didn't even talk about this, even though we're at the end of the show. These teachers, these female teachers that are doing this with these young boys.
That's because that's their mental age.
Yeah.
Or they're
I think it's different for a woman. I think the woman feels like she doesn't feel desirable to men. And boys, you know, we're full of hormones and our balls are full and all this. And you see a teacher. I was the same, man, I swore I was in love with this teacher. And if she ever would have looked my way, I'm like, yes. So I just think it goes both ways. But that's interesting to get a woman's point of view. Because it's always men that's like, no. And then I always, like I said, the only leeway that I've seen or heard is from a woman because they know how they were at that age.
Right. So I could tell you that from the perspective of when I was a kid. But now if I look at a guy who dates really younger women, which I've seen, then I understand that is their mental age. Yeah. And they haven't had any growing, our compatibility's off. Like, we can't talk, and that happened to me, dude. It happened to me 3 years ago. Oh, it was bad, and it was like the guy. And here's what I wrote him a breakup letter, and I said, "It's talking to you is like trying to teach a dog calculus. Okay, you don't get it. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Don't write me no letter like that, y'all. Just tell me because I don't want to keep that receipt.
He used to respond. This is a guy in his 50s responding to me with emojis.
Oh yeah,
and try to pull, you know.
Well, because you know why he thought he was. Look, he's 50. He thought that's what he had to do to keep up with you. That's what that was, I think.
Well, he did.
That's what I'm gonna be when I'm 50. I'm gonna emoji a woman to death. Shoot, what you mean?
It's just
as long as she legal.
But it's just I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, come on. And then you know he did like a lot of younger women. So that's how he was giving me that energy. Yeah. I'm like, I can't play this.
You said if you would have called me at 15, it would have been all good.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
all right, man.
No pedo.
No, say that again.
No pedo, bro. No pedo.
Man, it's been a great show. Y'all know where to find us every Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Comcast 26. For real this time, Comcast 26 and YouTube as well.
Yeah.
We out, y'all.
We're gonna sage the place first. We're gonna sage.